Yay! You have all read the book, The Dot, and you learned about Vashti and how she made so many awesome dots. Now it's your turn to make a mark and see where it takes you. Start by writing your name and class code on the back with a pencil, then put your pencil away. Our names always go on the back with our class code. Go ahead and flip your paper over. Now we are going to start to paint with something called dry tempera paints. Now this paint, when I touch it right now, it's dry. It won't really get on you. But when you touch your brush into the water in our dog bowl, then that's how we wake the paint up. So I just touch my brush in the water. You don't have to splash it around. I'll just touch it into the water and choose a color that I want to start with. I'll swirl my brush around into that color until my brush turns that color. So my brush is going to be blue. Now I'm going to start by making my dot. Ooh, very nice. I want a bigger dot than that though, so I might make my dot even bigger. Now, once your color on your brush starts to get lighter, if you want to keep using that color, you just swirl into it again. If your brush sounds dry and thirsty, you might even just touch into the water. So if I'm still using this color, I'll touch into the top of my water so that the paint can keep spreading. Okay. Now, if I want to switch colors, then I need to touch my paintbrush into the bottom of the dog bowl until it is cleaned off. Okay. Then, after I've touched it into the bottom of the dog bowl, I'll make an X on Mr. SpongeBob to make sure it's clean. Now, if I want to switch colors, I still need water on my brush, so I'm going to get some more water, and then I'm going to swirl into the next color. Now, if you want your color to be bright and vibrant, you just can't swirl a couple of times. 1, 2. This is what happens if you only swirl a couple of times. You get a very light color dot, okay? Now, I want you all to make sure that you swirl 10 times. So I'm going to get a touch more of water, and I'm going to count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now watch how much brighter my color's going to be. So always make sure that you swirl 10 times into the color that you want to use. Now I'm going to switch colors again, touching it into the bottom of my water, an X on Mr. SpongeBob to get it clean. Now I'm going to choose my next color. Now another thing I want you to know about when you are painting. When you go to put the paintbrush onto the paper, don't jab your brush rah, like that. Don't have it scooting on its booty sideways. Instead, you want to keep your paintbrush on its tippy toes. That way you take care of your paintbrush and use good craftsmanship. So see how I keep my paintbrush tall and on its tippy toes? Now if I start to run out of paint, I'll just swirl 10 more times. And even when I'm swirling into my paint, I keep my paintbrush on its tippy toes, not scooting on its booty, all right? Then make sure to clean off your brush. But if you ever forget to clean your brush, or maybe your paint is dirty, like you see here, the way you can clean your paint off is by making sure your brush is clean, getting some water, getting it wet, and then taking a piece of paper towel and just gently wiping that dirty paint off, okay? Now my yellow is ready for me to use. I will swirl 10 times. And I might make some little dots with my yellow to add some designs. Ooh, see how I'm keeping my paintbrush on its tippy toes, still being gentle. Okay, now, if you want to mix a color, you may totally do that. That is just fine, but only mix 2 colors at a time. So I have yellow on my brush. I think I'm gonna mix my yellow and my red. So I'm gonna take some red, swirl it onto my yellow 10 times to make the color orange. So let's see the orange that I mixed. Wow, that is beautiful. So again, you're just mixing 2 colors at a time. If I just get a touch of water and swirl into my orange again, I can get some more. But now whenever I am done with the color that I've mixed, I have to clean that out because someone else might want to use that yellow color. So what I'll do to clean that out is I'll make sure it's nice and wet, get my paper towel, wipe it off gently. And if it's not quite clean yet, you get a little bit more water and keep wiping it off until it is nice and clean. Voila, that is how you can mix a color. Whenever you are done painting, make sure that you clean out your brush by touching it in the bottom of your water, making an X on Mr. SpongeBob. Don't pick up your painting until Miss W tells you to do so and tells you where to put it. You can leave your water and your paints on your table unless you're given instructions to do something else. Now remember, everyone's dots are going to be different. You don't have to use the same colors, the same designs, or the same shapes as I do. You can make any kind of dot that you want. I cannot wait to see what you create, artists. Remember that you should be proud of everything that you create, even if it doesn't turn out how you expected. We're still gonna hang it up and think that it's awesome. Remember, every artist and every dot is going to be different. So do what you feel is right and have so much fun making your mark. I cannot wait to see the beautiful dots that you all create.